What's up, y'all? It's your boy Yuli Ladon, aka Harlem Dawn, and today I'm gonna show you how to make my 6'10 small forward build. I call it my KD. So right here, as you can see, I have my 99 overall small forward. He's 6'10, 200 pounds with a 7'2 wingspan. We're gonna get into the animations later. I'm gonna show you how to make this build right now. So let's see, let's find it. Right here, 3-level score, 6'10, 200 pounds, 7'2 wingspan. Edit. Sure, yes. First, last name doesn't matter, whatever you want. Position, small forward. You can make this build at the power forward. I do not know what the stat differences are. I don't know what the badge spread looks like. I've never made it at power forward. This is a small forward. You could try it out at power forward, see how you like it. I don't know the differences. Right-handed, I'm right-handed, so I go with right all the time. Jersey number 24, because my birthday is on the 24th of May. 6'10", 200 pounds, 7'2 wingspan again. Compact, doesn't matter. Body shape does not matter. I went with a 7'2 wingspan just to ensure that I get an 86 three-point shot. I believe you still get an 86 three-pointer if you go up to 7'4". Let's continue. Let's start off with finishing. 93 driving dunk. At 93 driving dunk, you get posterizer on gold. So I went with the 93 driving dunk for the gold posterizer. You need a 92 for the elite contact dunks. Now, if you want this to be just like KD, it might be too high because I don't think KD gets elite contact dunks. I wanted him to at least get pro contact dunks because he's dunked on someone before. He's capable of doing so. If your goal is just to dunk on someone, like you want the bare minimum, go with an 84 for the pro contact dunks, or you can go with an 86 driving dunk because at 86 you get gold limitless, and at 85 you get gold, you get silver posterizer. All right, I went with a 93 for gold posterizer. That's if you're going with a 92 dunk. Now we're gonna skip down to the physicals because along with driving dunk is the vertical. You need an 82 vertical if you want to get the elite contact dunks. If your vertical does not go to 82, bump that down to a 75 and then move your driving dunk down to 86. 93 driving dunk is not really going to matter if your vertical is not 82. Like, you'll still be able to dunk on everybody, but you're not going to get as many animations. So you could bump that down to an 86 and then move your vertical to 75 if you don't get the 82 vertical or the 92 driving dunk. This is a 6'10 build. You do not get the Michael Jordan dunk package, so do not go with an 88 driving dunk if you're not going to go for the 92. Standing dunk, we have that as 70. I'm going to show you an alternative so that you can get big man contact dunks without ruining your build. Alright? Driving layup, I put mine at 80. If I knew what I know now, I would have dropped it down. At 6'10 and up, you do not unlock layup styles over 75 or 70 driving dunk. So the 80 is unnecessary. That's only if you want to be really good at layups. Go with a 75. I'm pretty sure if you drop it lower than 73, it lowers your driving dunk. So don't go lower than that. All you need is a 75. Mid-range, I have mine at 80. You don't need it at 80. Put that to 75. 75 is safe cushion. You can hit contested post fades and regular fades from the mid-range with a 70. No problem. I have mine at 80. If I made this build again, I wouldn't put it at 80. I'd put it at 75. Unless you want the badge points. 86 three-point shot. I went with an 86 because at 86, you unlock the Kevin Durant base. It's not a KD build without a Kevin Durant base, so had to get it. We're going to skip free throw. I always put that up last if I have extra points because it's the cheapest thing on here. 75 pass accuracy is going to give you the LeBron passing style. That is my minimum for builds. I don't have a single build under 75 pass accuracy. I think that is good enough to play point guard and be successful. This is a small forward build, doesn't matter. Just put the 75 to feel safe on your regular passes. And then you'll also get Needle Thread or Silver, which honestly is the only one I use out of the tier 3 badges here. 80 ball handle. You could honestly put this down to 75. Most of your animations are going to be 75 ball handle. The only animation I have equipped that is 80 ball handle is Luka Doncic moving step back. You want an 80 ball handle if you want to get that step back. But other than that, 80 is not necessary. 70 speed with ball, perfectly fine. Gonna go down to defense. You have 80 across the board, except for steal and block. Block is 87. I have it on 87 because that's how you get silver anchor, which is good enough to guard people in the paint successfully. You're gonna get a lot of stops with silver anchor. You'll even get stops on open dunk sometimes. Sometimes people will brick just because you're in the vicinity. Anchor, highly recommend that silver. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound, 80, 80. I don't put rebounding on my builds. This one just happened to have enough attribute points to be really good at offense and then have extra points to spend on defense. So I went with the 80. I've always prioritized defense first and not rebounding. So I put these up first. For sure, perimeter and interior I would have higher than rebounding if there weren't as many attributes on this build. Steal, I play pure defense. I like to stay in front of my man. I don't tap the square button or X button if you're on Xbox. I don't like going for steals. So you could put steal if you want. You would have to lower some things. I don't find it necessary. Speed, acceleration, I have acceleration maxed out, or almost maxed out at 79. And I have my speed at 78. Strength, I didn't touch. It naturally went up to 55, and then I always put stamina at 90 for every build. You don't need higher than 90. You'll be fine. All of this is +4 because I have Gym Rat. If you don't have Gym Rat, it's still going to be an effective build, but Gym Rat helps. I get it every year, so it's good to have that. And the badge spread, 15, 23, 16, 22. Continue. Slash takeover, sharp takeover, lock takeover, rim protector takeover. Now I know I called this a KD build, and you know, how can it be KD without shot creator takeover? I promise you, it is not necessary. If you really want that shot creator takeover, you gotta lower something and put your mid range up to 81. I believe that's the threshold to get shot creator takeover. It's not necessary. You can shoot step backs on this build. You contested, open. You could shoot fades on this build. You could work in the post on this build. Notice I didn't even put post control because that has nothing to do with the shots. Post control is how you back down your opponent. You don't need shot creator takeover. I like to use easy blow bys and paint intimidation. Easy blow bys is because the slasher takeover gives you the highest speed attribute, so you're going to be even faster when you have takeover. And also, I honestly just think it's the best takeover in the game. Paint intimidation is to help for interior defense. I think perimeter defense is fine. You have an 80. You don't really need much help on that. This build, I don't even use clamps. You can guard anybody in the perimeter just with an 80. My guard has a 75, and he's fine. The thing is, this also gets an 80 interior defense. You can still stop bigs. I play power forward sometimes with my friends, even though this is a small forward build. Sometimes I'll play center or I'll play power forward when I'm in randoms. Paint intimidation is really good. You can also put lock if you want. So you already saw the name. I'm going to click it again. Let's look at the shades. Brandon Ingram, Lamar Odom, Michael Porter Jr. 3-level score. So that's my KD build. I'm going to go on my character, and we're going to get into the animations. Alright, I'm on my 6'10 small forward right now. We're going to get into the animations. So let's start with playmaking. Pro. I like Pro over Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has a nice speed boost towards your off-ball hand, but it has a really slow speed boost to your ball hand. And also, he has that thing that Michael Jordan has, where he switches hands automatically when you walk up court. I'm not a fan of that. Pro doesn't do that until like 3 or 4 dribbles in, and by the time you've dribbled 3 or 4 times, you're already up the court. So it doesn't bother me as much, and also it's pretty quick towards the ball hand. Signature size up Pro, I think it's the fastest. I'm not really too sure what the other ones are like. Ben Simmons is pretty good. I tried his out, but Pro is faster, and it just visually looks faster. So I'd even bother with some of the other ones. Size up Escape LeBron. Oh my guard, I use Kyrie, or you could use Damian Lillard, because all 3 of those, they get the AI step back, the standing step back that gives you the most space, and you can shoot right after, and you can even cheese the AI with it. So overall as a package, I'm not a fan. I just use LeBron for that step back. But personally, I would go with like Paul George or something if it wasn't for the step back. Moving crossover, Donovan Mitchell. His regular attacking crossover is not that good. It's pretty slow and predictable, but he has these 2 double crosses that are so easy to combo up with. Honestly, I think it's the best package for making your 6'10 look like a guard. Jordan Poole has some good standing crossovers, but his moving crossover kind of bothers me. That's all up to preference though. You know, as long as you know how to cook up with the package you're using, you could be deadly anywhere. Zach LaVine also has a good moving crossover for 6'10. Moving behind the back Pro, I think this is the best one in the game. I'm using Lillard on my guard. Not much of a fan. Steph Curry's not all that good either. Pro is the best all around. Just use Pro. You need a 75 ball handle. Good package. Moving spin, basic. This is good for the spin back. If you're not much of a ball handler that does spin backs and combos with spin backs, then I would go with Penny Hardaway. This is a good spin for moving forward and getting past your opposition. But I use basic just because I don't really utilize the spin much, so it doesn't matter. But both Penny Hardaway and basic are pretty good. Moving Hezzy, Zach LaVine, you know, he has that little cheese. As for his regular Hezzies, I'm not much of a fan, but I use this package solely for that little cheese move that he does, where he stops and does a misdirection. Moving step back, the only reason to have a 80 ball handle on this build, because if you didn't notice, all these animations are pretty much 75 ball handle. This is the only one, moving step back, Luka Doncic, that you need an 80 ball handle for. Honestly, I cook up with this move. I use it a lot. Vince Carter's pretty good too. You don't need Luka Doncic, so it's just my preference. Triple threat style, I use Michael Jordan every year. You know, go with what you're comfortable with. They all have different feels to them. Michael Jordan has always been my favorite. Flashy pass, I use behind the back every year. Pass style, this is what the 75 pass accuracy is for. Honestly, wouldn't go lower than 75. That's my minimum, and that's what I have on every build. Let's get to shooting. I'm going to do the jump shot last. Free throw, Michael Jordan. I'm just comfortable with this free throw. I've been using it since, 2K16. It's been the exact same since then. You could green with like a 65 free throw if you know your timing. I know Michael Jordan. I use that every year. Layup style, default swing, in my opinion, is the best layup package for bigs. Now you see here, I don't have it equipped because I accidentally changed it. When you make your build, your default layup style is going to be default swing. But if you change it, you cannot equip it again. So I made the mistake of changing it. I'm using Joel Embiid. He has decent Euro steps. But my personal favorite layup style for bigs is default swing. Dribble pull up, Dirk Nowitzki. Everybody loves KD. KD's is easy to time, but I think it's too slow. It's very easy to contest, in my opinion, if you're going against a semi-decent defender. Dirk Nowitzki is much faster. It looks very similar to Pro 2 on my guard, which is my favorite pull-up in the game. It could be hard to time because sometimes it's unpredictably quick, so I mistime it all the time, but it's much quicker than KD's. I think I could get shots off with it better, so I like to use Dirk Nowitzki. Spin jumper, Dirk. I don't really use spin jumpers on my big, but this one's pretty easy to time. I'm not sure if you get much space with it, but you know, you could try it out. I don't really use spin jumpers on this build. Hop jumper, Kevin Durant is my favorite. You get a shit ton of space. It is pretty slow, like his fade, but the amount of space that you make with it makes up for it. A lot of people like normal too. I think it's alright. I don't think it's better than KD's. Post fade. For the first 3 seasons and a half, I was using Kobe. In my previous little hop jumper videos, I was using Kobe. I have since then switched to Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is very easy to time. I like his shimmy fade. And I don't know, they're both pretty good. You could go either or, and you'll do great with it as long as you know the timing. I think I time Jason Tatum's better. Post hooks, I don't do hooks. I have it on Pro because it just sounds cool. Post hop shot, Kobe Bryant. I've used Kobe all year. I think it gives the best space, and it's pretty easy to time. So that's about it. Let's get into the jump shots. I have a shit ton of jump shots. Let me show you my KD one. I don't use this one anymore, but this is the first jump shot I made on this build. It's why I got the 86 three-pointer. I wanted the Kevin Durant base. I don't even use it anymore, but there you go. There's my KD jump shot. Here's a Chris Bosh jump shot with all A's. Chris Bosh base. LaMarcus Aldridge 80%. Joel Embiid 20%. You get all A's. You need an 86 three-pointer for this one too. Don't worry, I got other jump shots. I'll give you a David Robinson one. This one's an 85 three-point shot. Alright, so these first 3 you need like 85, 86, but they're good jump shots. And with this build you're getting an 86 anyway. B. It looks pretty clean. The reason I don't use that one anymore is because of latency. Sometimes the latency screws me up. I'll have games where I'll go 7 for 7, and then the next game I can't hit anything. This Montrezl Harrell base, I don't really have that issue with that. I know it has the F timing impact, but you only need a 73-point shot or a mid-range, which you get with this build, of course. And I think with most builds, unless you're making a pure slasher. And honestly, this has been really cash for me. I've been using this one lately. I don't think it looks cleaner than the David Robinson base, but it's definitely been working for me. So that last jump shot, the Montrezl Harrell, is the one I've been using most recently. So I have equipped right now. You can go with that one. I almost forgot to talk about my dunks. All right, let's get into that. Dunk style. I call mine Harlem. Okay, I'm from Harlem. Let's start with the 1 foot moving dunks. Athletic one handers off one, side clutches off one, straight arm tomahawks. Like, okay, cock back tomahawks can get blocked, but you know, you're 6'10, you could be a little more lenient. You also have a 93 driving dunk with gold limitless takeoff. You're gonna be fucking flying from the 3 point line. Come on, equip the cock back tomahawk, you're gonna love it. Baseline reverses off one of my favorite packages in 2K history. You need an 80 driving dunk this year to get it. In previous years, you only needed like a 60. I was a sharpshooter in 2K17, dunking on people with this package just by driving baseline. I'm telling you, it's still pretty good. You already know about quick drops off one. You know, I added a windmill in there. I don't use it that often because I don't go for flashy dunks on purpose. I'll either do the contact dunk, the dunk meter, or I'll go with a right or a left hand. Maybe sometimes a rim hang. But I don't really go for the flashy dunks that often. Pro contact dunks off one, elite contact dunks off one. You also get the off twos for the contact dunks. Now, I didn't go for the big man contact dunks on this build, but like I said, there's an alternative. You could get a 90 standing dunk. As for this build, I like the elite rim pulls. I think the regular ones and the pro rim pulls give you some slow animations if you're trying to get driving dunks sometimes. So try to keep it to just one package. LeBron James, best signature dunk in the game. You could use Scottie Pippen. I think he has some slow animations. I don't rock with it. And I put on Ben Simmons just because I heard he has some good standing dunks. It looks like he does. So that's cool. Let's see. Alley-oops. You get all the alley-oops. If you go for the 85 standing dunk, you get big man contacts. So you'll get that with a 90 standing dunk as well as the standing contact dunks, the elite standing contact dunks. I got some 360s on. These could get blocked. Leaning slams. These could get blocked. I'm 6'10", you know, there's some leniency there. You're not getting blocked by smaller guards unless they really put their block up. And the 2 contact dunks off 2. I don't really recommend using 2-foot moving dunks. These are the slow animations. They're really good if you're doing hop step dunks and Euro dunks, because most of those dunks are off of 2 feet. If so, you would probably want to use athletic front tomahawks. These activate very often off the Euro dunks. And let's see, baseline reverses off 2. If you really wanted to use 2-foot moving dunks, I highly recommend this package. 75 driving dunk as opposed to the 80 driving dunk for the off ones. Still a really good package. If you have momentum, you'll get some fast animation. That's about it for my animations. Alright, so I want to show an alternative version to my build that also allows you to get the big man contact dunks. So, let's go. Small forward. Right, left-handed, whatever you want. I put my jersey number 24, like I said. 6'10", 200 pounds. Same thing as before. Body shape doesn't matter, compact, whatever. 93 driving dunk. So remember I said we're leaving our standing dunk on 63. On this version, you can get all the big man contact dunks. So we're going to put this up to a 90. You're going to take some hits on some of these bottom stats here. I'm letting you know right now, it's probably going to be rebounding. Only because I don't prioritize rebounding. Ball handle, 80, of course. Speed ball 70. Let's put everything back the way it was. 3-pointer. We're not touching our shooting. That's staying the same. Now we had an 80 mid-range, right? And a 72 free throw. The mid-range is probably going to go down. Let's put our physicals 82 because we got the 93 driving dunk. 90 stamina. Acceleration was 79. Speed was 78. 80 perimeter. 80 interior. 87 block. Alright. We're 97 overall right now. Let's see what we can get our rebounding to. 70 offensive, 55 defensive. That's not bad. I mean, the 55 is bad, but listen, you're getting the standing contact dunks this time. You're going to take a hit somewhere. We can also lower this mid-range. So we get a point. We get 22 badge points of 78. Let's see what we get with that. 69, 70. Okay. Let's lower even further. 75. Alright, so these are just some alternatives. Put that 1 point on free throw. Look at that. You lose -5 on 2 of your rebounding stats to get more dunks. You lost -5 on your mid-range, which was just a safe cushion anyway. 75 is perfectly fine to hit your shots. You lost -5 on mid-range to get standing contact dunks. We also didn't put our layup up to 80, but like I said, you only unlock the last big man animation at 70 driving dunk anyway. That doesn't matter. It's practically the same build, even on defense, just with contact dunks. The badge spread is a little different. We have less mid-range or less shooting badges. We have one more finishing badge. And with this build, you can utilize fast twitch and rise up, which I don't use on the other KD build. Let's see what we got. Slashing, sharp, lock, and rim. So it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure it has a different name. Scotty Barnes, Lamar Odom, Brandon Ingram. Inside out score. So look at that. At 6'10", you can make an inside out score with all the driving contact dunks and all the big man contact dunks while keeping your shooting, keeping your playmaking, and just lowering your rebound a little bit. So that's just an alternative to my build. You guys should choose which ones you want to do. Get the one with the big man contact dunks or the one with slightly better rebounding. It's a great build. Highly recommend. I haven't even played on my guard since I made this build. Promise you, you guys would love it. Thanks for watching.